The son of the great and legendary Noel Devine is putting up insane numbers right now at the early age of 14. West Virginia, one of the top schools for his services. We got to talk about this kid today.
You are Locked On West Virginia, your daily podcast on the West Virginia Mountaineers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, guys? Welcome back in. My name is Mountaineer Paul. I am your host here. Welcome back into Locked On West Virginia, baby, where we're talking Mountaineer football again today, and we're glad to be doing so. Thank you so much for being here as we dive into another episode brought to you by Mazda. This episode is brought to you by Mazda, and we put that same drive into every detail. Wins define the moment, putting in the work that defines you. Stay tuned for highlights in this week's Moving the Game Forward. There's more to a Mazda because there's more to you. Thanks for making Locked On West Virginia your first listen and for being a part of the Locked On Podcast Network. We're talking about your team and the Mountaineers every single day. I'm not alone, of course. For this episode, I thought, who else to bring on better than the legendary, unstoppable, he just like a Killer Kowalski type character and Rocco's Modern Life super fan, Jackson Johnson.
Oh, how you doing tonight, good buddy?
You turn the page and you wash your hands.
Turn the page, wash your hands, and then you turn the page and you wash your hands.
Yep, absolutely. So this is going to be an interesting episode, obviously, and if you guys aren't familiar with what's going on here, Noel Divine Jr. Is a 14-year-old and, is now going to be in the class of 2030, obviously, as that was always the case. But not only is he much larger than I would have expected him to be based on his father's size at his age, he's already 5'8", 140 pounds at age 14. He's running elite level times, and these are elite level times for college level players. And he's 14, and he's already doing this. We're going to play some film as well of Noel Devine Jr. just to get you guys acclimated with who he is. I think he's uniquely equipped to – I think he can play running back. We'll see if he continues to develop as a quarterback. His throwing motion is not suited for it yet, but he's 14, so you don't really know at this age yet. He's not bad. I'm not going to say he's bad. I'm just saying he doesn't – to me, he looks more like he'd be a running back or maybe receiver, but an elite athlete. And it's interesting. Now, he plays quarterback on his team, but it's like Rodney Gallagher, the quarterback, the best athlete always plays quarterback, So 5'8", 137, 4.46 40-yard dash, 1.69 10-yard split, a 4.44 second shuttle time. Listen to this, a 30-inch vertical. 30-inch vertical at 14 years old is freaking crazy, dude. 107.8 broad jump at 14 years old. Obviously the 4.46 is elite for his age and any age, really. The 1.69 split confirms the burst, which he shows on film. And the lower body explosion with the 30.6 of vert, it's just only going to get better. Those are not good youth numbers. These are legitimately early projection athletic markers that you can take and say, okay, this kid might be on a 4 and potentially 5-star track like his dad was. Early in the season now in 2025, or I'm sorry, not early in the season through 2025, but the only production I could find, and I don't know why this is, was only through 4 games of 2025. So I don't know if the season was shortened or if it's just not out there. But through the first 4 games, he had 525 passing yards, 9 touchdowns, 180 rushing yards, and 5 touchdowns. So that was 14 touchdowns in the first 4 games. He was averaging right around 143 passing yards a game, 3 passing touchdowns. So he was definitely a dual threat, obviously, in those games. He had an incredible 5 touchdown performance in a single youth football game. He runs an 11.300 meters, which is really good. And he is qualified for the Junior Olympics, is from what I understand. We'll get into his traits here in just a moment. For now, I want to look at some tape, and we'll let Jackson talk out after that. Jackson.
All right.
Here he is running his 40. Here he is running a route. Nice little route. I mean, just absolutely dusted that kid. And that's what I'm saying. He really could play receiver. Wait till you see how he catches the ball. Watch him catch it away from his body. Just really soft hands. You see it over and over on the film. He's got extraordinarily soft hands. And I could definitely see slot receiver and maybe outside if he gets up over 6 feet. So, it's going to be really interesting to see how he continues to develop. But as of right now, from what I understand, West Virginia is probably in the lead for his services. I was told by a source today that, he's always wanted to follow in his dad's footsteps. That's why the same number 7. It's why, even his social media handle says number 7 in it. And obviously West Virginia obviously would have a high place in his mind. Here's another 40. You really get to see his speed on this angle. No wonder West Virginia would be held in high regard. There he is leaking out of the backfield to catch one. Here he is leaking out. Look at those soft hands catching the ball away from his body. Very, very natural with it. And then you got to understand too, this kid's had the best of the best training, I'm sure, with Noel being his father. Here's him running track. I put the mouse marker over where he's at, but he's way out front there, and wins this race in the 100 meters. So, just an incredible athlete for his age. It's really quite amazing. And now here he is on the field. I'm assuming this is probably middle school. And it looks like it because he looks like a man amongst boys out there. I don't know if it's freshman or middle school. I'm assuming it's middle school. But as you can see with the football in his hands, he's got a ton of ability and really tough for them to bring down. As you can see, he just shrugs guys off, and he's just kind of toying with them out there. But when you look at him, as far as whenever he gets just a crease, which you see here in just a second, you really see him turn on that speed. And imagine running a 4.4. Now, this is Florida, so a lot of those kids on the field are running that kind of speed. But, I mean, not close, probably not 4.4. There might be 1 or 2 out there, but, I mean, as you can see, he's pretty well able to just do what he wants. I mean, it's not really much competition for him out there.
Oh, he's fast.
Yeah, he's definitely fast. So, I think there's a lot to be excited about here. Obviously, I think this is the play where you see, no, it's not this one. This kid here looks fast too, by the way. This receiver he threw it to, whoever that kid is, has got some wheels on him.
Oh, yeah.
But, one of these plays here, I don't know, it might be, I think it's this one here where you finally get to see, right up the middle. You get to see that straight line speed of his, and it's like, okay, yeah, he just easily running away from kids. And then I think there's one more play left on the reel here. Yeah, it's just him dancing around, getting outside, making a guy, just being the best athlete, basically. What are your takeaways from this kid at 14 years old, Jackson?
Keep an eye on him. If you're West Virginia, you better make sure you can get him to come over to West Virginia and just kind of reunite the family.
What kind of traits do you see? As far as at 14 years old, what were the things about his athletic traits that impressed you the most?
His speed. That impressed me the most.
To have a 4.4 at the age of 14 it's not unheard of, but it's kind of rare. They usually, you don't usually see that until they get into high school, which 14 is right on the precipice. But given his pedigree and in his athletic background, it's not a shock. His dad was obviously a 5-star player coming out and was a huge boon for Rich Rod when we got him. Hopefully we can make this happen. It'll be interesting to see what position he ends up playing. I don't think he'll probably play high school and quarterback in high school unless they run a running offense like Rodney Gallagher did, where they throw a lot of screens and then they rush the ball with him a lot. He kind of looks like Rodney Gallagher a little bit there in those those highlights. So I'll tell you what my biggest takeaways from the film I've been able to find on him is. Number one, I like his hands a lot. I think they're elite for his age. He catches the ball away from his body. He plucks naturally. He does not body trap it. He's comfortable in traffic. And you could tell that the detail has been coached and now is muscle memory for him. His start-stop ability, Jackson, is very good. He's got very good deceleration and then re-acceleration. You've seen it on multiple plays where he's just running around making plays for his team. He's really sudden in those short spaces, and he can really gear down and burst without wasted steps, Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
So that 169 split is on display there. Obviously, the shiftiness with the loose hips, he is really fluid. He doesn't really drift on cuts. And, I think he's comfortable operating in tight lanes, especially when you look at he's just not just straight line fast. He's controlled fast. Like at the end of that one play, he makes a juke to get to the outside and he's scoring a touchdown. If you look at the football IQ aspect of it, he plays with great rhythm at the quarterback spot. I mean, I do think that the screen passes I watched him throw were really good. It was just, there was only 3 or 4 passes, so it's not a great sample size. But on the one long pass, I was really concerned with the throwing motion. So I would like to see more. Maybe it's something he wants to do and refine. Hopefully he grows to 3 or 4 more inches if he's going to play quarterback. It's not unheard of to play quarterback at 5'9" or 5'10", but certainly for now, I would say that wouldn't be his best bet to get into, college with a quarterback. So at least not D1, but I would love to be proven wrong. That'd be pretty cool if Noel Devine ended up being an elite quarterback. Make him harder to get to, unfortunately. So, at the end of the day, it's the pedigree factor for me, though. His dad, obviously a West Virginia Hall of Famer, college football Hall of Famer, all Big East, all-purpose yards leader. And I think, he's probably grown up around film. He's probably grown up around big colleges. None of this is going to be a surprise for him. And he's already been around college coaching environments and his daily access to elite level feedback from his dad and his brother. So there's no reason why his development infrastructure, won't be the same, then as it is now. So I think at the end of the day, I project him as an athlete that can play the running back, wide receiver, and maybe quarterback if you're talking about developing him I could definitely see him trying to think of a good one. What's the Utah quarterback's name again, Jackson?
Cam Rising, although he was there, but
last year, just his name slipped my mind. I think I'll remember in a second. I think it's Dampier. That's the name.
Yeah,
so
Dampier.
He could be like a Dampier potentially, like a guy that throws really, at least that's just my early thoughts on it. He could end up being Tom Brady for all I know.
Oh.
But West Virginia, Miami, UCF early on him. So it's still early in the cycle. There's a lot of years ahead. And, while I've been told West Virginia is in the lead here, I wouldn't be, 4 years. I mean, if he turns into a 4 or 5 star guy, it's going to be tough to rein him in ultimately. But if his dad's coaching at West Virginia, then that'll be different. Now, here's my thing about that. That Noel Devine's not going to want to stay where he's at for another 4 years, I would imagine. At some point, you're going to have to make him the running backs coach or something, right? So that's another thing to consider here. But at the end of the day, Jackson, West Virginia has a kid to look at for 2030.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's good to get ahead on the 2030s now before everybody else. Kind of start with the irons hot.
Yeah. And let's see. Yep. All right, so we're going to go to break on that note. Obviously, that's big news. I'm very happy to see West Virginia in a good spot there with Noel Devine Jr. But there is another topic to talk about, and I did put a poll out, and there's a lot of people that have responded to it so far, so we might as well talk about it next, Jackson. Ross Hodge, West Virginia's basketball offense has been inept the last couple games. And I asked the poll question, and there's been a few people in the last hour respond to it. We're going to talk about that next on Locked On West Virginia with the legendary Jackson Johnson. And, of course, our friends at Mazda say hello to you. And why shouldn't they say hello? We love Mazda. Mazda. This is a Mazda moving the game forward. For those who know, there's more to the score than what's on the screen. These remind us of what it really takes to raise the bar. It's that extra work off the court, dialing in every detail, giving it that extra fire, that grit, and I never quit. We put that same passion into every model. Highlights make the real. Look, what it took to get there makes it count for me. There's more to Mazda because there's more to you, Jackson.
There we go.
And, of course, our friends at Indeed say hello. Indeed. Workplace chaos, deadlines stacking up, inbox overflowing. It's crazy time. And the one position you have to fill is still sitting open. When the pressure's on and you need the right hire, this is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs. Indeed Sponsored Jobs help you reach people who actually fit what you're looking for with skills, experience, and location. So you're not just hoping and hopping the right candidate stumbles across your post. Here's a stat that says it all, Jackson. In the minute I've been talking to these people, companies like yours have made 27 hires on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. So if you're hiring and spending less time searching and more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, spend less time searching and more time interviewing, like we said, that way you can get ahead. And listeners of this show will get $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves on Indeed.com/podcast. Just go to Indeed.com/podcast right now and support our show by saying you heard it about Indeed on this podcast, Locked On West Virginia. That's Indeed.com/podcast where the terms and conditions apply. Do you need to hire? Because this is a job for Indeed sponsored jobs. It's party time. It's segment 2. And this do is for you, Jackson Johnson.
Coffee do.
Coffee do for you. Tell everybody what you got going on in life right now, bub.
Well, right now I've got SEC Live on SEC at the Voice College Football, where it's on Mondays at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, of course. But you could also check me out tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Alabama at the Voice College Football for Crimson Tide Live with Trevion Ware and myself. I believe we'll have Jeff Reed on Talk Sports, but you can always see us also Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time with Trevion and myself. And then there's the Alabama Call-In Show as Jeffrey and I take your calls on the Crimson Tide at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And also you can check me out on the Jacksonian, where I had episode 99 of the Jacksonian with Jeff Sharon, where we talked a lot about Central Florida football, basketball, and the impact they've been having since before they joined the Power 4 conference. And let me tell you, it was a fun ride. I mean, I do a good job on Alabama with the Voice College Football, but I'm not as good as Jimmy Stein and Luke Robinson. Now, those guys, they are the ultimate standard at Locked On Bama. I can tell you right now, they are my go-tos. They should definitely be your go-tos for Alabama athletics as well.
Thank you, Jackson. And tomorrow I will be on Wise Guys with Dave McCann, who, I mean, this is a big one for me. This is Dave McCann. He's one of the voices of BYU athletics. He hosts a podcast called Wise Guys. He also is not play-by-play, but he's one of the main hosts of BYU TV, which is a daily BYU TV show that they do. So met Dave when I went to Utah and recorded this video that I actually did change my life, which got a lot of views. I think 70,000 views on that one. So very, very cool, obviously. And I'll also be doing another interview later in the week due to the viral Bob Huggins post that I put out that had over 1 million views. So we'll be doing something on that too, with a local news. I'm not exactly sure. I know it's a news station. They've got about 50,000 followers. They reached out to me and asked me to come on their news station as well. So I'll probably be doing that. So lots going on for me as well here in the next coming days here in Locked On West Virginia. So that'll be tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will share the link when I'm on Wise Guys. I'll be talking about West Virginia Mountaineer football. I'll be talking about the offseason. I'll be talking about basketball. There'll be a lot to talk about, and I'll be diving extremely deep. So you don't want to miss that over on Wise Guys tomorrow. Last but not least, put out a poll question earlier today, and obviously West Virginia has lost 2 straight games in basketball. And it's been a rough stretch for Ross Hodge and the crew. And I've heard a lot of talk about the offense. So I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and ask a question about it. So I put out poll question. When it comes to Ross Hodge, do offensive scheme limitations exist independent of the roster? In other words, is his offense flawed no matter who plays for West Virginia? Is it just a crappy offense? Or will talent fix the issues? The poll results are in. 75 or so, it's actually gone down 72.5%. It went from 75 to 72. 72.5% says yes, talent fixes all. 27.5% say no, it's his scheme. So Mountaineer Nation divided a little bit here, Jackson, on Ross Hodge and the feelings on his offense.
Yeah, because I'm kind of like, what is going on with the offense? But I mean, it was not a good day for the Mountaineers losing to TCU. I mean, like that Utah loss, that's going to bite you big time. But I'm hoping Tuesday night can be better against Oklahoma State, because the best part about being down is the way to go is up. I mean, that bubble is,
Trouble.
Yeah, you're in a dangerous position. It's the same thing as last year. I think, honestly, West Virginia is going to have to win out, and I would say get to the semifinals of the Big 12 tournament.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. No. Obviously, my opinion on the poll question is, obviously, I'm not gonna make a judgment on Coach Hodge's offense after year one.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say as well, I think that, and by the way, Miles Sadler had another elite game the other day, 28 points, 8 assists, 6 steals, or whatever it was. If you guys didn't see what he did there a month ago, 28 points, 12 assists, and 14 steals in a game to get a triple-double with steals. I mean, it's just incredible. He is rated by many as the number 1 on-ball defender in all of high school basketball, even at 5'11". I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. He's just a Javon Carter type. He's got that elite athleticism and on-ball tenacity and the hands. You know what makes a really good defender is the hand-eye coordination. Whenever they're able to get their hand on the basketball, when a guy, because if you ever tried to actually guard somebody that can dribble before Jackson and they can really they're going between the legs and they're doing all the different things, and you think, man, I can get my hand on it, and then you never do. They always evade you. The really good guys, man, they can anticipate, where the ball's going to be, and then they can also get their fingers on it and jar it loose from time to time. And Miles Sadler is very good at that. I mean, come on. 14 steals in a game is like insanity. And it was at a tournament where the best is the best, all 4- and 5-star guys. So Miles Sadler can make a huge difference on the offense next year. And then Alio Doom is a guy who is a stretch big. And I think the biggest missing piece of this year's offense has got to be, in my opinion, if West Virginia had a stretch big, it would have added 3 wins to our resume. I really do think that. We don't have any pressure release because nobody has to worry about the pop. Everybody just double teams, not Ross, but Honor Huff. As soon as he comes off a screen, it's just like, here they come. So I wish they would. I wish that he had a pressure release so that guy wouldn't have to always go with him, but that's just not the case. So at the end of the day, like I said, tough times to be a Mountaineer fan, Jackson.
Yeah. But, I think the next few years should be a little better for West Virginia basketball.
Jackson, I want to let you read this comment.
Well, good Lord.
Go ahead and read it.
Pooping while watching Paul's best. Pooping, let's go Mountaineers. Oh, man.
That means somebody's looking at you right now while they're pooping, Jackson.
Well, oh, man.
It's party time. Oh, Lord.
Man.
I wish I could put that picture up of you, but I can't. There's a picture of Jackson with a whip, whipping an Auburn fan.
Oh, there's one where I'm like whipping the Auburn logo.
Yeah, you're whipping the Auburn logo. He's got a toothpick in his mouth. Pretty good stuff, man. I always do pictures of Jackson because they're just the funniest thing ever. Almost as good as this. Eli Holstein, they punched me. Or how about me with the Do Rockets?
There you go.
Anyways, well, we're getting off track here. If you're just joining in, we're kind of having fun here tonight a little bit, but obviously Noel Devine Jr. big deal. I think we'll continue to follow his recruitment. Hopefully, he ends up at West Virginia. Seems like West Virginia's in the inside track on that one. That's going to be good. But outside of that, Ross Hodge and the offense need to get better. There's no doubt about it. Did I say dote?
Yep, no doubt about it.
No doubt about it. I'm not Canadian, I promise. So there's that. And then I saw something else I wanted to talk about earlier too. Let me make sure what it is. I had it on a board here that I have. Oh yeah, I saw an article. 3 major changes fans need to see from West Virginia in 2026 by Joseph Smith from Hill, West Virginia. Let's talk about that after the break. What are these 3 major changes, and do I agree? Does Jackson agree? He's going to tell you next. And, of course, our friends at FanDuel will say hello. Hello. And here's why is that? Well, because FanDuel is killing it right now. There's just no doubt about it. And if you want to go to the NBA Finals, you want to experience the finals live and in person, FanDuel is giving you the chance to turn that dream into reality with their NBA sweepstakes. And here's how it works. Use Profit Boost on any NBA future, and you'll automatically be entered for a shot to win an NBA Finals trip or 2. That's right. Flights, tickets, the whole experience. I love futures this time of year, whether it's picking a team to win the championship or to grab a conference title. It adds an extra layer of excitement to every game down the stretch. And if you want to visit FanDuel.com to get started, you can use your Profit Boost on any NBA future and get entered for your chance to win a trip to the finals. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. It's segment 3. Come along with me as we absolutely do dive into a little more talk with the great Jackson Johnson, who, let's just be honest, is one of the best guests of all time. He comes in and makes us all laugh each and every day. That's all we can ask for out of a Jackson. So, Jackson, 3 major changes that Joseph Smith would like to see at West Virginia football in 2026. Are you ready for this?
Let's hear it.
How Rich Rodriguez can prove that West Virginia Mountaineers are trending upward in 2026. Number 1, he says, player development. There aren't a ton of players returning from last season's roster, 31 to be exact, but the Mountaineers need to see those players end up better than they were last season. Scotty Fox Jr. must be a better passer and better decision maker during week 1 in 2026 than he was during week 14 in 2025. Same goes for Nick Cray and Len Livingston when it comes to blocking. for Ben Cutter at linebacker, and so on. You also don't want to see those players better. You also want to see those players better in the final week this season than they were at the beginning of the year, which wasn't always something that could be said for the Mountaineers last year. Was Kimo Macanoli a better at guard at the end of 2025 or the beginning? Or was Fred Perry more disciplined at the end of the year on the defensive side of the ball? That's debatable, and it can't be the same this year. What are your thoughts on that?
That's fair. I mean, I want to see some. I want to see the defense continue to make some magic. I am ready for the 2026 season start for West Virginia.
I feel like as it pertains to his comments here, I don't know. I mean, yes, there is certainly player development is very important. There's no doubt. You know, I'll just say this. I guarantee you that the offensive line is going to be developed this year.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee you. But like in year one, you know, player development is not as easy to track as it is in year two because everything's brand new to everybody. It's not really fair. It's not the same. It's not, you know, everything's not level. You know what I mean? So, and to throw Kimo Macanoli in there is for me is like, I don't know if he's the greatest example in the world. I mean, he's literally the worst guard in school history. So, and I'm not even being hyperbolic. Like he really is the worst offensive guard, maybe the worst player, and he's probably the worst player in school history. I'd like to see the numbers on it. Number 2, close competitive games. The Mountaineers lost 8 games in 2025. 4 of those losses came by 30 points or more. Now, sometimes you're just going to be outmatched, but it does seem to happen, especially as the program looks to rebuild from where it was left, where it left over the 6 seasons before Rodriguez took over. But 4 30-point losses is a tough pill to swallow in any situation. Those types of losses can't happen with the type of frequency next year if fans are going to buy into the idea that West Virginia's headed in the right direction. Good teams are at least competitive in their losses. So what are your thoughts on that, Jackson? Because let's see.
Yeah, because, I mean, you don't want to get smacked off the face of the earth by Kansas again, which I don't.
Off the face of the earth.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen in 2026. You're not seeing that happen again. I don't see West Virginia getting smacked off the face of the earth by Utah, but do I think they lose by double digits to Utah? I see it, but it's not going to be like by 30-plus points in 2026. That's just not happening. And, there was a close loss to Ohio. And, of course, like that Houston.
That's worse to me than the 30-point losses.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like, I don't like 30-point losses either, but it's just like for me, I'd rather deal with a 30-point loss than deal with a close loss. That way, you know what's up. Although 30-point losses are not fun, I don't see any more. I don't. There'll be like double-digit losses, but not like 30-point or 40-point losses under Rich Rod.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, too, is, I can say it till I'm blue in the face, but, when you're making these articles, you have to come up with something. And I'm not saying he's wrong here at all, but last year is just not a normal year. Like, there's no way to grade it that way because I feel like a broken record. But no portal, right? Like, you missed the first portal window. By the time you got hired in late December, high school recruiting was done. So you got no high school recruiting, no portal, and you had to go recruit junior college Division II players and Group of 5 players to fill out your roster, and Power 4 rejects like Kimo Macanoli, who had been flipped over defense at LSU. And then you bring him back to play guard for you. That's how bad it was. You had to go get a defensive lineman at LSU to play offensive lineman for you. It just didn't work. So, I just think last year is let's grade it on a sliding scale because I think it was just the roster was, had he been here even 2 weeks sooner, I think that the roster would have been markedly better. Now, financially, I get it. They weren't ready to be competitive just yet. It's 100% like they were this year. But I also think that last year was, when you think about the games they did win, they beat a Pitt team that a lot of people thought was pretty good. They beat a Houston team that was ranked at the time, number 21 in the country, put up 250 yards on them. You were really competitive with TCU. Now, the UCF loss was one that I really scratched my head on.
Yeah.
That one I couldn't understand because they were in their first year as well. But, things happen. So, I don't know. I mean, the Kansas loss was bad, even with it was rough.
It was terrible.
Last thing is this: make a postseason appearance. I doubt many people are thinking this.
I don't think West Virginia should have to worry. I think they're going to do more than make a postseason. I think appearance. I think they can have a really good season in a 9-win season, I believe.
Well, I mean, listen, you're not the only one that thinks so. Did you see my video from earlier today?
Ooh. Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, there we go. Rich Rod's smiling. There we go.
ESPN predicted Rich Rodriguez and company to have a bounce back year in 2026.
Oh,
so
yes. He has been watching some of Locked On West Virginia.
They're watching Locked On West Virginia, baby. All right, y'all. Last but not least, he did say postseason appearances. Yeah, I mean, I'm with it. I understand that. I think that's to be expected for this year for sure. Oh shoot, I didn't even change the background for the show, did I?
No.
I thought I did. Well, it's probably too late to do so now, but I'm doing it anyway, just so people can see what it was. I put all that work into it. But no, in all seriousness, man, thank you for coming on, Jackson. You're always great when you come on the show, and you do a great job. So I think, we're going to go ahead and bounce out of here. I got dumplings in the crock pot, and I'm going to eat them.
There you go.
Oh, man. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for all your help with all the different things you do for me with reposting and sharing and all that. So it means a lot. Thank you so much for supporting Jackson, too. Make sure you're checking him out over on his channels, and we will see you guys on the next one here. Before you go, obviously, we have a Discord server, but Locked On Everydayer Club is truly something I would love you guys to check out. I'll put a link in the chat right now. It's lockedonpodcasts.com. Then it's the /Everydayer Club. Every day. So, check that out for me, please. I'm asking, and we'll see you guys on the next one tomorrow. Make sure you're checking Locked On College Football out. Spencer McLaughlin does a great job covering them and the Oregon Ducks. But there's one last thing we need to say, isn't there, Jackson? Jackson, what do you want them what do you want them to do?
I'd love for everybody to just roll damn tide.
Roll damn tide, and then I just gotta remind you, don't forget to cue those country roads.
There you go.
Good night.